Nais ngayon ng Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. na mabigyan ng uwang para magkaroon ng tuloy-tuloy na training at mga iba pang pagsasanay ang mga manggagawa, lalo na yung nasa gobyerno. Ito kasi ang nakikita ng Pangulo na magiging daan para magtuloy-tuloy yung pag-usad ng ating sistema dito sa pamamahala. Ganun din yung pagsiservisyo sa publiko. Ito mano ay nakita sa panahon ng pandemya kung saan maraming mga manggagawang nakasurvive sa kanilang mga kabuhayan sa kabila ng matinding epekto ng COVID-19 pandemic dahil sa pagiging flexible ng mga ito, maging sa pagpasok sa trabaho, ganun din yung mismong mga aktibidad na kanilang ginagawa ay nagagawa ng paraan. Kaya naman kinikilala ng Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. yung mga inisyatibo na ginagawa hindi lamang ng mga manggagawa kundi pati na ng mga employer, at sa panig naman ng pamahalaan ay mainam umano ang mga hakbang na ginagawa at ito'y depende sa departamento na nakakasaklaw doon sa mga manggagawa na siyang nagsusumikap na makapagpatuloy sa kabila ng matinding banta ng kahirapan, gutom at lalo na yung sakit dulot pa rin ng COVID-19. Kaugnay niyan, narito ang pagbabahagi ni Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.
It is very important that we are of the belief and have the practice of looking to continuously learning and retraining. And now ang buzzword ngayon is upskilling and reskilling. It is an extremely important aspect to the service that we give because of this very quickly changing world after the pandemic and in light of the Ukraine conflict. It is my firm belief that the state has the responsibility to mold its citizens into champions of effective leadership and good government. That is why it is very pleasing to see that the Career Executive Service Board has championed this cause of ensuring a professional and reliable career executive service. This contributes greatly to the achievement of the country's national development goals. Today's Presscon is also testament to the CESB's commitment to my administration's 8-point socio-economic agenda. The agenda aims to unite the nation moving forward, to adopt a whole-of-nation approach, which is essentially the approach that we have applied to all public service and all government work.
Meron na silang notice kay DG Bantag about this not being a viable thing or not legally feasible or invalid. No? Meron na silang ganyang memorandum pa. I think that was in the year 2021 pa nung lumabas yan. Kaya hindi na namin pinag-uusapan because they have not submitted to us any follow-up on the matter. They have not written us about pursuing the project. Kaya for me, it was really a no-brainer. Wala siya, no? Ang na-alarm lang talaga ako nung sinabi niya sa akin na he was doing treasure hunting and I told him to stop it. And apparently, he ignored me, no? Meron pa yun. Meron pa ako sinabi sa kanya na ignore niya. Yung sabi ko, dapat wala ng telepono. As a matter of policy, wala dapat telepono talaga. And hundreds of telephones are coming out now. Kasi ini-ignore niya eh. Parang he was living in his own kingdom with his own rules. Yun ang naging problema natin. I think that you are now aware of the big problem that there really is in there. Yung contraband na nandun, ina-accuse niya si acting DG Katapang na pinlant yan. Ang galing mo naman mag-plant, no? Ang dami na testiging kagad kung paano pinasok yan. Pero ano yan eh, it was a centralized operation eh. For that quantity to come into Bilibid, it was a centralized operation.
So, follow-up sa interview nyo kanina kay Kabayan, you mentioned that Atom was involved in the excavation sa Bilibid. Do you have information on this? Because General Katapang was saying last week na hindi raw Atom yung naghukay. In fact, the backhoe there is owned by Bucor.
Yes. But with the amount of debris taken out, and you only have one backhoe, kahit mag-time in motion ka kasi, hindi aabot ng 1 billion cubic meters ang hinukay nun. Kahit anong gawin mo, no? So there were more equipment used, and these were reported to be owned by Atom. Kasi 1.2 million ba? 1.2 million cubic meters were removed from the site and brought somewhere else. So we're not talking about the need for another 1.2 million cubic meters to fill in the hole on Earth. Dapat matakpan naman natin ngayon yan. So gagastos naman tayo para takpan yan. Unless you want to propose a project for a giant swimming pool or a deep sea diving resort in a mountain or in a hilly area. Diba?
So, do we know kung saan napunta yung lupa? Do you have information?
We'll track it. Geo ano yan eh. Meron geo study yan na pwedeng gawin on the kind of debris removed and where it was brought. We will follow the clues given to us about it.
Sec, offhand, what kind of cases can be filed against DG Bantag with respect to this excavation?
I have asked my staff to study all possible cases that are there. Definitely, may damage na sa government eh. Yung hukay na yan, para ma-fill up mo ulit, will cost us a lot of money, a lot of time. So there's damage already. A giant swimming pool, of course, is not in the budget of Bucor, so we don't know where this project is coming from and who's funding it. And if there's any fund, if there's any joint venture of Bucor, it has to be told to the Department of Justice kung meron silang ginagawa, di ba? So we will have our staff study all the possible violations of law that happen.
Sec, lastly, is DG Bantag also liable for entering into that agreement, joint venture agreement with Atom unilaterally?
Kung hindi niya na pinursue, and he first submitted it to the president at the time, President Duterte, if he went to the process under the BOT law, wala sanang problema. Pero mukhang the idea was really to pursue it with or without permission under their own legal theory about how powerful or what the mandate of the Bucor is. Remember, there's a Bucor modernization law giving it corporate powers. But of course, all of this is subject to limitations because they're also under national laws, like the BOT law. So, if you look at the sale of the property, the sale joint venture of the property, being an unsolicited proposal, there must have been a process followed. Pero apparently, there is no other bidder or there's no other person that came in to ask if they can challenge it. No? Sana may Swiss challenge yan. Pero wala eh. It became a deal personally entered into by somebody who thought that or was acting under the impression that he was independent of all the other processes of government. Apparently, there's a problem there.
Hi, Sir Maureen Alcaide from TV5. Sir, Bantag po in a recent interview, sinabi po niya na patunayan daw na itilal pa rin yung hustisya o kung may hustisya pa din na makukuha siya.
Ang hustisya kasi, ano yan eh, blindfolded lady ang sabi natin, di ba? Ano bang blindfolded lady? Bakit gano'n? Kasi that's the justice system. Meron tayong judges and justices who are supposed to be always above any bias against anybody, di ba? Ang trabaho ng prosecution is to prosecute. That's what the DOJ is all about, is prosecution. The National Prosecution Service, the NPS, di ba? It is an executive function. So all of this drama, I don't know where it's going, no? But it's a lot of drama. Ganun talaga ang batas eh. Ano siya eh, di ba? He's a person in authority eh. He is a man in uniform. He should know the rights of people and the law. And if the law is violated, he should know the consequences. So justice should be not far from what he thinks it is to be. But dapat sinabi niya na dati yan kung may problema ang justice system. Pero parang ngayon eh, I don't really wanna dignify anything if you think about it.
Sec, Alvin Murcia po sa Daily Tribune. Clarify ko lang po kasi sabi nung kampo nila wala pang nibantag, wala pang nare-receive na subpoena. Napa-serve na po ba?
Hindi, basta ano yan, the DOJ is doing its job. Okay? Whether or not he received it, there's a process for it. Whether it will be left at his last known address, or it will be served to his lawyer, or served to him, is a problem of the DOJ, in accordance with the rules set out by the Supreme Court also on this matter.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, pa-clarify ko lang, sir, yung uli dun sa ano, yung tanong ni Mike about the contract entered with Atom. Without preempting the ombudsman, sir, would you say that it was clear that undue advantage was given to that corporation by, ano, and ngayon na scuttled na yung plan, does it affect kung may liability ba siya or ano ba?
It's up to the ombudsman, and it's up to the courts to decide that later. But definitely, there is a process that has to be followed when you want to develop by joint venture in government property. Apparently, that process was not followed in this case. Kasi dapat yan, tapos na yan. But for Atom to remain in the premises and participate in one way or the other in the digging is another matter.
Hi, Sir Salima ulit. Sir, na-interview din po namin ito nga pong President of Atom. Tapos ang sinasabi niya, he met with you daw po.
Yes.
Can you tell us po ano po yung nangyari during that meeting? Ano po yung nilatag nila sa inyo and what was your response?
Ano nga eh, wala naman makukuha sa meeting na verbal kung wala silang written submissions na pwede namin aktuhan eh. You know that, diba? There was no written submission. So how can we act on any request? So nagkikwentuhan lang kami. And ano ba yung kwento ron? Well, he wanted to develop bilibid into a real estate venture and replace it with land in Nueva Ecija that he owned. Basically, yun yung kwento nun eh. Kaya lang, wala siyang papeles na binigay sa amin about that matter. Apparently, we found out later that he donated land already, which of course he is rescinding, donations he is rescinding, kasi dapat ililipat daw nila yung buong National Bilibid Prison sa Nueva Ecija, sa General Tino. Yun ang plano nila eh. But I was never in on that plan because as SOJ, I have to look at the overall future of our correction system. I am not project bound. I look into the universe of the problem. Kaya nga, regionalization, decongestion, yung atin kasi proactive measures to improve the correction system. Hindi ho tayo project-based na mahilig sa real estate. We don't want real estate to get into the way of good work. Tsaka yun, yung mangyayari kasi ron, you're not improving anything. Ililipat mo lang yung mega prison and it's the same thing all over again.
Sir, kung dumaan sila sa proseso, tapos they were open to your suggestions, would you have been, I don't know, somewhat parang open?
Speculative question yan eh. Kasi dumaan na nga sila sa proseso nung sinabihan sila ni Secretary Guevara na hindi pwede yung ginagawa nyo. Tapos na yun eh. Doon palang tapos na yun eh. Kaya lang pwede mo ba, ang Pilipino ba, pag may bisita, tinataboy ba niya yung tao? We don't do that eh. Diba? Mayor Bote of Atom is a politician also. He did business in Cavite, kaya kilala ko siya somehow because of his wife. So I cannot be unfriendly to him. It's decency na dapat mabait tayo sa bisita natin. Hindi tayo nagpapalayas ng tao dahil may problemang gano'n. Yun lang, wala siya sinasabit na riten. Wala rin sinasabit sa akin na riten si DG Bantag. Sila dalawa nag-uusap dyan. Hindi ako kasama sa usapan nila. Kung ano talagang usapan nila sa bagay-bagay dyan. Basta nakita ko lang that ang tanong na pumapasok sa isip ko, kaya ba ni DG Bantag gawin yung paghuhukay mag-isa? Diba? On his own, with only one backhoe. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is 1.2 million cubic meters.
Sir, may information daw po na yung filling material ay isinakay sa truck ng Bucor at tinalaraw po sa Caloocan.
I have no idea. We will follow the trail. Anyway, kung gano'n ang information, if you have information, tell us kasi it will help us look at where it went and what happened to it. Tulungan nyo kami para makita natin to.
Sir, Manny po, from DCWB. SOJ, sir. Morning po. Sir, kung hindi ba makikipagtulungan yung ACOM sa investigation of any government agency in relation doon sa paghuhukay at kung lalabas na may kinalaman din sila, are they equally liable po for any case that might come out?
So, Ombudsman, even the Sandigan Bayan has tried private persons when they are in collusion with public officials. So, it's a speculative question, but we don't know. If we will know when we get there, if charges will be filed by the Ombudsman once they are informed of the facts.
Hi, Sec. Balikan kayo nga, Machida Treasure. Sabi po ni DJ Bantag, wala daw po siya natandaan na nasabi niya sa iyo. Ano pong sasabi?
Wala. It's word against mine.
Last question.
Sir, may iba pa po ba kayong na-discover? Anything you'd like to reveal to us about what the situation in the NBP?
Ang tawag dyan, meron jurisprudence dyan, di ba? Fishing expedition. Sabi ni Asek Lavano. Well, ano yan eh. Sa search warrants, hindi pwedeng general warrant. Di ba? Anyway, marami pa lumalabas. I was in conversation last night with General Katapang, and he was telling me more things about what he was discovering inside. Magaling talaga si General Katapang sa ganyang bagay. I actually admire the guy for sticking it out and being cool under all the tirades against him.
Sure, one last question.
Sir, dagdag speculation na po dito eh. Pero, kasi sir, General Bantag, in defending himself dun sa report ni Percy, he claims that all those vehicles is not mine. Sabi niya, it's a Bucor vehicles. Pero at the same time, sinasabi niya na he has been working since he was young. So, sinasabi niya, there's this wealth. Di ba? Ang tanong ko, sir, would the administration be inclined to pursue possible forfeiture dun sa any goods na makita natin na beyond the amount he would have earned legally?
Ano yan? Just putting the cart before the horse. Or, I don't know how you describe it, but that's very speculative talaga. As you said it, it's speculative.